Oh my God, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
Sorry.
No, when I'm talking, you're not
He
talking.
mumbles, I'm sorry. She is no longer respecting his answer. Huge, huge mistake.
Oh my God, you're distracting me right now.
Sorry.
Like now you're just doing
Another
that.
I'm
Why?
sorry.
Why are you distracting me?
I just can't think
Yeah,
of
you're
anybody.
just, yeah, you're just
Oh, God.
distracting me. Oh my God, stop. You're annoying me. Stop. This is why, yes, we'll have to like just cut him out of the show.
That kind of disrespect is the last thing you want to have happen to you. And what is crazy about this particular interview is that while the entire internet sort of dogpiled on Alec Baldwin's wife, they were saying they felt so bad for Alec, what they missed and what people miss in their life are the nice guy things that Alec did all leading up to this that basically guaranteed that she treated him with disrespect, lost attraction to him, didn't trust him, and I can imagine that this type of disdain and contempt might be fairly commonplace in their relationship. Rather than dive into what is going on behind the scenes with them, I'm going to use this as an example of 6 things that a lot of nice guys are doing all the time that are guaranteed to make women disrespect you and lose attraction to you. That way you can cut them out of your life once and for all. So let's get into it. At the beginning of this interaction, things are pretty good between them, and you can watch the way that they interrupt each other is friendly.
Kids are trying to go to bed. This was an early.
where we're going.
He interrupts,
It was
gets back to her.
I had to like sneak out. It
I had to
was,
say,
interrupts.
I go, Mommy has to go to work. And they're like, oh, okay.
no, then the baby
She goes
wanted
back.
to come too.
There's no hard feelings here, though. Watch how that shifts in this next question, though. Or listen for, rather, the tone that Alec takes when he talks about Hilaria's age here.
Here, were
The
you?
last one to open, how old were you? 6? You were 6 years old when the first Planet Hollywood opened.
So
I
she's
was.
shut down.
I was here
She's
for
not
the
feeling
opening
good.
of the
She
first
smiles it
Planet.
off. In this moment, that is a tone of belittlement. That's a superior. How old were you?
How old were you? 6?
Yeah, if you speak to someone with that tone, it's reasonable that they're gonna feel like, why are you coming at me? This sets off everything that goes on after this. So right here, Alec interrupts. She then gives him 30, 40 seconds to talk. And quite frankly, he just fills up space. He says almost nothing. He drops some names, he repeats himself a couple times, and you can tell that while she's listening, she is no longer respecting his answer.
Long time. House of Blues, too. Danny Aykroyd in that crowd.
Okay.
And
She's
they were
done with
very,
it.
very famous restaurant music clubs, you know. Played a lot of music. And but now they went down, they closed, and
She's
they're
bothered.
reopening.
That's
And
a lip
Robert
lick.
Earl,
You're gonna see
who
a
was
lot
the
of
original
these.
founder, the original guy that started it, is back here starting it again. So good for him.
And that's the History Channel.
So much right there. Let's slow this down.
That's the History Channel.
Obviously, that is a passive-aggressive dig. And that's the History Channel as a way of saying, that was boring, don't do that anymore. Look what Alec does as soon as she says that. This is the first huge problem.
And that's the History Channel.
He mumbles, I'm sorry. And by the way, if you can read lips, I'd love to know what he says after this, but the part that I can definitely read is, I'm sorry. Do not say sorry in order to make someone else stop being mad at you. Just because someone is bothered with you does not mean that it is appropriate for you to say sorry. You should say sorry when you feel that you've acted out of line with your own values, when you wish that you hadn't done something that you've done for your own internal reasons. But what nice guys do, they use the word sorry to try to get out of trouble when the other person is upset with them. If they think that that person is overreacting with their anger towards them, they will just say sorry to escape it.
I'm sorry.
And watch what happens here. Here, she is feeling like she doesn't trust him answering for her.
I mean, she, as a mother, is very good at keeping them on a routine. But
She's
so you feel that
opening
you
her
feel-
mouth.
kind of feel the
She
desire
wants to
make
say
it
something.
more
She's not doing it. She
silly
doesn't
than
trust
might
him.
be.
I have to say that
have to say, okay.
I don't think you make it more silly than it is. I actually feel.
Disagrees.
I feel,
She's not happy with the way that he is handling this question, and honestly, she is now opposing him from what has happened before.
I actually feel.
I didn't get that on the show.
No, we
failed.
just cut all that part out.
Cut me out.
Cut you
The
out
other
when you're
part,
trying to
the cutting out, this is not just about the show. This is more passive aggressive of like, I need to cut you out right now. Watch how this transpires.
make it silly. No, I mean, I think that every day, because we like routine, and I think anybody who's a parent knows that like routine is king, or in queen, routine is key. We'll just say king and queen at the same time.
essential.
It's essential.
So he says this is essential. Watch how long it is before this interruption. He's clearly not listening anymore. He is needing something back from her. We'll talk about exactly what that is.
I think that us trying to every
Word
day
for essential in Spanish.
esencial. Okay.
Cuts her off.
Let me down.
Yeah.
Let me down.
Oh my God, you're distracting me right now.
Sorry.
Like now you're just doing that.
Another I'm
Why?
sorry.
Why are you distracting me?
I'm just captivated
Yeah,
by
you're
your
just,
beauty.
yeah, you're just
Oh God.
distracting me.
For nice guys, approval is like oxygen. The primary source of their approval over the course of their life tends to be women. But it starts with seeking approval from the mother, and it transfers and is projected onto future romantic interests, dates, girlfriends, wives, that sort of thing. And so when the approval stopped flowing just a minute earlier, he started feeling unwell, dysregulated. So now he's just gonna try a bunch of strategies. He's gonna help her out. He's gonna ask her about Spanish. Whether or not he's poking her here isn't totally clear. You're gonna see him cycle through all different kinds of nice guys' behaviors. But this interruption is a very childlike strategy to try to get attention and approval back to him. She now is upset with it, and she's gonna shift into aggressive aggression or active aggression, where she is no longer just like saying, haha, History Channel. She's gonna say, stop doing what you're doing. It's not cute.
You're just distracting me. No, but oh my God, stop! You're annoying me. Stop! It's not cute. No, he's distracting me.
So beautiful. So much going on here. Okay, essentially what nice guy is, it is a childhood manipulation strategy because you need mom's approval. You're frustrated with mom, so the way that you act out is covert and passive aggressive.
You're just distracting me. No, but oh my God, stop!
To compliment someone when you've just bothered them with an insincere compliment, what are you doing? Why are you interrupting me? It's because you're so beautiful. No, it's not. It is obviously not because she's beautiful. Something else is going on in him. If you look at it a very surface way, what the internet did, everyone then came and yelled at her. What the nice guy is very effective at doing through the duration of his life is if there's a room, there will often be conflict that erupts in the room that the nice guy is him, but the person who looks bad will not be that person. It will be someone else who has had it up to here with the manipulative, covert crap, and they'll go active in their aggression, and to someone who isn't attuned or doesn't know the details or the backstory, it's gonna look like that person just erupted.
Oh my God, stop! You're annoying me. Stop! It's not cute. No, he's distracting
The
me.
nice guy is so afraid to be perceived of as bad. They're focused primarily on looking good. Hence the compliments, hence everything. And the biggest thing that happens here, looks at the camera. We're gonna see a lot of this. Nice guys triangulate a third person into the relationship because they don't feel safe to stand up for themselves on their own. So they try to get a majority of people. And you're gonna see him do it multiple times. Looks at the camera, looks at the reporter like, oh, you know?
Walk out of this interview. Right?
I need the motherhood notes. You
Then
were
he
doing
wanders off.
amazing.
No, okay, go back.
Okay,
Let me
so
go
she
back.
collects herself.
It's all about routine.
She's answering
It's all about
questions here.
routine, and
He's
every
just
day
lost.
please
He hasn't
try
gotten
to
the
be
approval.
boring,
He
and
needs,
then, like,
he needs to go
unboring
somewhere.
things
He's
happen to us.
dysregulated. Okay, so now another strategy. Similar. He's going to say how much he wants to come home. He needs to come home. He loves it. He loves his wife. He is needing that reflected approval. When you've bothered someone, going up and kissing their butt over and over and over again from an ungrounded place, especially in this nice guy scenario where you're going to attract someone who generally doesn't go for that, it's not going to work. It's not going to get him the approval that he wants. He is sharing, most likely, this anecdote to try to get back in her good graces, and you'll see him do this. He tries at the end of this, and she's not having it.
Now, seriously, I have a home.
Loves home.
Home. I have a home.
Loves his home.
And when I'm not home, I want to go home. I just went to Florida for overnight for an event in Palm Beach.
She's got this lip lick. She's
I
like
flew down there yesterday,
not
came back
having it.
today.
She's frustrated.
Even when I'm away from them for a day, and you believe me when
And
I
then
say
he looks at
this,
her. You believe me,
she loves
right?
when I go
Why
away.
would you have to say you believe me?
And you believe me when I say this.
It's because you're not speaking from your grounded self. You're not just saying what is true for you. He is trying to get her to believe him that he really wants to be home. It's this little kid survival strategy of needing your approval to survive. I mean, it comes out directly
And
here.
you believe me when I
You
say
believe me.
this. She loves when I go away.
She loves it.
Wow.
Wow. And then she won't do it. Another thing that nice guys tend to do is they put people on the spot in difficult situations where they are stuck between this choice of publicly being like, stop doing what you're doing. I don't like that, which was her choice. Or creating awkwardness. She's like, you like when I go away. You believe me. She loves when I go away. And the implication is you gotta say, no, I want you to stay. I want you to stay. They seek that validation. And it is very annoying and frustrating to be around somebody who is getting validation, not by saying, hey, I'm feeling insecure. Could you help me? They're seeking it in these manipulative, controlling ways that put you between a rock and a social hard place where you look like a jerk if you don't say it.
We want more of this. Season 2? Do we know anything?
The Ilaria show.
Okay,
No.
so we're skipping ahead a little bit here. He's gonna make this joke twice. So he tried being complimentary, didn't work, and now he's gonna cycle back to passive aggressive. The resentment is building in him. This is one of the core traits of nice guys, is they are filled with resentment. And to the degree that you have this, I have definitely had this in my life. You will build resentment and frustration over time because this strategy doesn't work and it's emasculating.
Season 2? Do we know anything?
Ilaria show.
No.
So the Ilaria show, like what's going to happen with season 2, implying that it's going to be all about her, and he'll make the same joke even more pointed later.
No,
No,
I think we're
it's not
gonna
gonna be
see.
the Ilaria show.
We're gonna see how it feels to have it be out there.
It's gonna be great.
This season,
You're a winner.
Oh my God! When I'm talking, you're not talking.
Sorry.
No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
That is a direct passive-aggressive attack from him.
There,
It's gonna
this,
be great.
This season,
You're a winner.
Oh my
You're a winner. Is he's so angry at her when he is saying that. She brings the aggressive, active aggression. She says, stop doing this. He's cowed. He looks down.
When I'm talking, you're not talking. This is why, yes,
Looks
we'll
at
have
the
to
camera
like,
and he does the thing where he triangulates a third party. If you find yourself having to triangulate a third party and you're going, she said that I was right and I told her what happened and she said that I was right, so I don't know why you're being upset with me, that's a sign that you're in a toxic relationship. A healthy relationship is one where two people trust one another enough to take responsibility when they've made a mistake. They can say, hey, I think you mistreated me there, and trust that the other person has the maturity to reflect and say, you're right, or, you know, I actually think that something was going on with you and you were projecting on me, or, you know, you don't have to use all the therapeutic language, but to say, to divvy up responsibility in a way that feels good for both people. If you don't trust your partner to do that, you're naturally going to try to seek majorities outside of the relationship to come and weigh in and overpower the other person, which is what that look at the camera is. He's looking to the cameraman, trying to rope other people in, and honestly, that is what happened here. The internet definitely got mad at her compared to him.
cut him out of the show. No,
Cuts him out.
I mean, I think this is a
Oh
really
gosh, and now he feels like crap.
raw
He's
show,
angry,
and it's very
angry. He tried
real,
being
and
nice,
we
he
took
tried
a lot
being
of
passive
chances.
aggressive.
And you know, I think that it's
Walking
we'll
away.
see where,
Okay, so she's gonna bring him
little
back
face
in a little
masks
bit
on
later.
him, as you guys saw in episode 2, Carmen and her face masks.
But the episode.
When you are affectionate or with someone in the middle of an unresolved fight is a way of like controlling them, or it can at least be perceived as that. You might not mean it to come across, but being really huggy and affectionate and, oh, I love you so much, that is a smothering move and it doesn't feel good. He doesn't like it here, and then watch his response because he's gonna come with the most aggression that we see from him.
But the episodes, I predict now on television, on American television, that season 2 is going to be you and Carmen. It's going to be the two of them. We have their own
Can I
show.
tell you, from now on,
He's
unless
pissed. He's saying, you don't let me be involved, but he's completely passive about it. Instead of saying, I wish you'd let me talk more, or like, you keep cutting me off, I don't appreciate that, you don't seem to value the things that I have to say, is not happening. And because he's not bringing this stuff actively, she is even disrespecting him more and more and more.
tell you, from now on, unless it's history, don't take anything that this guy is
And again-
going to say, because he just invents it on the spot. It's all like
That's how
I
she
do wanna
feels
ask you
about
last-
him. She's telling other people don't take it, but she's saying, this is how I feel. I don't take anything that he says. He just invents it. I can't trust him. So now he's come back, and now we're back to the compliment.
Well, people read my wife's book and realize what like an unusually amazing woman she is.
So it starts off with a nice
My wife
compliment.
is probably one of the most special people. She is probably the most special person I've ever met in my life. Her qualities are just so, the combinations are kind of mind-blowing. Anyway.
And she doesn't
You guys
receive it, and so
enjoy-
he can't stick with it. There's no depth to that compliment. It may be true for him in other times, but be careful. If you find yourself in the middle of fights wanting to say things like, I love you, I appreciate you, or every time you bring up something that is challenging for the other person, something you'd like to have them change, you have to compliment sandwich it, that is a symptom of nice guy stuff. It means that you can't bring out a pure expression of something is bothering me without feeling that you have to buffer it. And usually that's because earlier in your life, you shared that something was hard with a primary caretaker, and they emotionally stepped away from you. They made it your fault, they blamed you, they walked away, and so you're always on thin ice around people, which is why you don't bring conflict up clearly and actively, and then allow that conflict to sit. Nice guys, while they can be very consistent with their resentment, they can only sit in it for a little bit at a time. They never get deep into the actual anger because they don't trust that the relationship can withstand that. I really quickly just want to highlight some of the things, the key takeaways that I've written down here. First, cut out any reflexive sorries. Only say sorry when you mean it, when you feel genuine remorse. Second, pay attention to your own passive aggressiveness. If you're wanting something, when you find yourself making a passive aggressive joke, look inside and saying, what is it that I'm wanting to receive or wanting to stop? And speak the sentence that starts with, I'd like, and that's it. I'd like you to not interrupt me the next time I speak. Do not compliment women or anyone to get out of the doghouse. Do not chase someone if you sense that they're angry with you. Do not make that the sole reason that you're chasing to try to make them feel better. It is okay for people in loving relationships to be upset with one another, to step away from one another. One of the most common pieces of advice that I disagree with is never go to sleep angry. I disagree. I think it is totally healthy to have a relationship that can permit anger that lasts through the evening, right? You can go go to bed knowing that you can wake up and resolve it. It doesn't have to be immediately resolved between you. That means that the things that you're resolving are small. You're not getting into the larger issues that might take more time and space to resolve. Pay attention if the woman that you're with does not respect you when you're answering questions, she doesn't trust you, and reflect. Is there something that you could learn from it? Being like, wow, I do ramble a lot, and I could see that we're promoting a television show and that might not be good for it. Or ask yourself, holy cow, do I want to be with someone that does not trust and respect me to handle it when I'm talking? And if you're doing this to the woman that you're with, you can't trust her when she's in public to answer for herself. Notice that there's a problem there. Also, do not try to win in arguments by inviting in outside parties. Totally fine to seek advice, to vent to friends, to do all of that. But if you're going back to your spouse or the person that you're dating and saying, you know, I told so-and-so about it and they agreed with me, now you're trying to gang up and form majorities. That's not what a relationship is. It's two people and you have to work that out with one another. And if you find that some of these nice guys tendencies are in your life, that's extremely normal, but there is a way to get over them outside of this video. I would highly recommend checking out Charisma University. It is the program that I made and I've recorded it 4 times. The first time had way more people-pleasing nice guy tendencies in it. And I recently went through it just to check. And I'm happy to say, and I was genuinely proud to go through it and see that, oh wow, I've cleaned a lot of this up. There's ways to attract people, feel confident, make situations go well without resorting to people-pleasing. So if you want to improve these tendencies in your life, you want to be more confident and charismatic in any social situation, check out Charisma University. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. If you liked it, let me know and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.